Welcome to The Passion People, a podcast series where we feature individuals who have shown great dedication and passion for a particular cause, craft, or job. I'm Nikki Ang, and in this episode, we feature Eva Lee, an accountant turned hawker, to find out more about her passion and how it fueled her into starting her own store.
Hi Eva, can you introduce yourself to our listeners?
Hi, I'm Eva Lee. I'm currently 29 years old and I'm actually a very proud owner of Eva's Pancakes, which is currently located at 95 Lorong 4, Toa Payoh.
Okay, so Eva, when did you start your own stall and what was your previous occupation before becoming a hawker?
Actually, I started my stall during the COVID period, which was around December 2020. And before I became a hawker, I was actually working as an accountant in a small accountancy firm.
Okay, can I ask how long did you work as an accountant and what made you want to start your own business?
I actually worked as an accountant for a very, very long time. In fact, I worked as an accountant for more than 7 years. However, throughout the 7 years I was working in that accounting firm, I felt very stuck and mentally exhausted. I mean, don't get me wrong, even though it was very tiring, it wasn't because of the working hours or the corporate culture, but to me, it just felt very stressful, especially towards the end of each month when we were doing administrative work and closing the books lah. Throughout the 7 years, it felt like I was being sucked out, like my energy was being sucked out. So in that sense, I really wanted more freedom in what I could do, and I wanted to do something that I was passionate about, which was actually cooking. So because of that, that's how I really started this business lah.
Okay, so you mentioned that you were really passionate about cooking, but how did you start learning to make min jiang kueh?
Oh, this was actually fate. Like, I didn't expect it to happen even. So I actually wanted to learn how to make chi cheong fan. Very easy, right? Yeah. But there wasn't any mentors teaching how to make chi cheong fan under the NEA Hawker Development Program. So I was like, that was quite sad. But so when they actually asked me if I wanted to learn how to make min jiang kueh instead, I thought like, maybe I should give it a try. I mean, like, it can't be that difficult lah.
Okay, so your job now is a hawker who sells min jiang kueh, and honestly that's quite a jump from your previous career as an accountant. So can I ask what were some reactions that people had when you mentioned about a career switch?
Oh, I mean, a lot of people around me were very, very shocked, definitely. Because a job as an accountant in Singapore is considered to be quite stable and quite respectable in some sense, I would say. So when I told everyone around me that I was going to give up this career to become a hawker, which doesn't sound very respectable in Singapore in some sense, of course people around me were very shocked because they felt like I was not just giving up my career but also giving up stability in terms of my job as well. It was definitely a very risky move, especially to make such a huge career switch just because of my own passion lah.
Okay, but that's the reaction for people around you. But what about your parents? So how did your parents feel and how did they react when you said you wanted to pursue a career switch?
Okay, so actually my parents' reaction surprisingly was quite different from everyone else. My mom especially, she said that as long as I was happy doing what I wanted to do, nothing else mattered lah. Because she knew, my mom knew that my previous job as an accountant was very, very stressful and it was very draining on me. So actually when I told her about this career switch from an accountant to a hawker, she was actually quite okay with it and she was quite indifferent about it actually. Yeah.
Okay. But did you ever second guess your decision because of people's like negative reactions towards your interest in pursuing a career switch?
Oh, of course. I mean, it's impossible to be swayed when so many people around you disagree with your decisions, right? So when people reacted strongly against it, I honestly really, really doubted myself because I thought maybe what they said was true and I wasn't capable of running the store well. But I just tried to ignore whatever they said because yes, it is a risky move and it is something that could really change my life forever. But I just really wanted to do something that I was passionate in and I wanted to not feel stuck and mentally drained like how it used to be lah. I mean, because it's my life, right?
Okay. So do you ever regret changing your job and why?
Yes, I've regretted it many times. Even though I'm passionate about what I'm doing now, my job has actually taken a huge part of my social life. I used to go out with my parents on the weekends, but now because I run the store and I'm very busy, I don't even have time for that. In fact, on the weekends, I usually call my parents over to help me out, and I feel very bad because I feel like I'm draining them of their life lah and like their rest time.
Okay, but how do you feel though now that you have finally ditched your corporate life to pursue something that you are passionate about?
I honestly can't put it into words because on one hand, I'm very, very happy and I'm not stuck in the same space doing the same thing all every single day. But sometimes being a hawker can get very tiring, especially running the store alone. Of course, I do feel very rewarded and fulfilled when customers give me good responses to the pancakes. So I guess you can say it's a mix of emotion. I don't really know how to describe it.
Okay, lastly, can I ask for a word of advice that you might have for those considering a career switch just like you?
Okay, if I were to think, it would be to persevere till the end, especially if it's something that you're very, very passionate about. Because a career switch is not something that you can undo easily and it's a very difficult decision. But to those considering a career switch and you feel very, very strongly towards it, then my question to you is why not? You know, you never know how things will turn out, so just do your best and persevere.
Thank you for joining us on the first episode of The Passion People. For Radioactive, I'm Nikki Ang.